but we are here at Chat's Liquors for our weekly Friday spirit tasting. And today we have the honor and pleasure of having my buddy, Mr. Tony Scott, here from Hotaling and Company, as he represents Severo Tequila, 100% de agave, as well as the Fiero pepper infused or spice infused tequilas as well. And you just gave a little bit rundown, a great rundown of the Severo. Just do a quick recap of this particular plata, and then we're going to talk about the añejo.
Okay. Did we get the history behind Severo or no?
Let's give the history.
Okay.
Yeah, so, just in case, right?
Casa Don Roberto. This is a distillery that was actually established in 1924, but their roots start in northern Spain. They came to Mexico in the early 1800s and started making tequila in Jalisco in 1840. But again, the official distillery was established in 1924. So you're talking about 100 years of heritage. They're still using the same family recipes to make their tequila. All Blue Weber agave azul. The humidors that go out and harvest the agave, they still use these old tools, the Kyle, special blades to cut the tequila as well. The maceration process or fermentation process, they're using open vats, so for them that maintains the integrity of the agave itself. Double distillation on the tequila, and when they're fermenting, what juices they don't get from the leaf, they actually grind those. They pull those leaves out manually. We didn't say that, but they do it manually, and then grind those leaves to get extract as much of the agave juice as possible and add it into the distillate. So with Severo, this is all small batch process. Every bottle is numbered and dated as well. So,
for everyone who's joining us and you online, this is a live tasting. We are literally tasting these bottles right now. If you want to buy some, come to Chats next week. No, hopefully we're still on the truck and they'll deliver product to us at some point. But that just shows you how loyal and how amazing our family, our community is, right? Where they show up on a Friday without product to sell, but they're hanging out. No one's complained not once yet. I would be living like, I want to taste where I can buy something, right? But they've been patient, and we're tasting some fantastic tequila. Once again, thanks to Tony for coming on out and being a trooper as well. As he shows up, then we don't have any his product to sell.
And I stay, right?
And you stayed, absolutely.
Exactly.
Well, hey, Mike, here's a couple more glasses right here. 1, 2, and 3. And just pour up some of that plata, and then we'll hand it along. I think Steve is there, and he will help usher that to who needs it. So this Blanco is just so beautiful. It's so developed. There's so much flavor and depth just in the plata. I should call it, it's a plata, not a Blanco. It's a plata. Is there a difference?
I think it's just their terminology.
Yeah.
I don't know of a difference between plata or Blanco.
Yeah. Is a plata rested at all, folks? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, so it is rested.
It is rested
but it's all stainless steel.
Right.
So it's not touching any oak. So it's rested about 6 to 8 months.
Okay. Indeed.
And again, I don't think we covered it in this section, but like you talked about those taste profiles where they're just multiple. You get that little earthiness, you get the sweetness from the agave, you get some almond nutty notes as well. To me, I get it in the mid palate, the back mid palate, so to speak. But it's just such a layered tasting tequila, and that's what I prefer when I'm tasting tequila. Especially in my old age, I've gravitated back to Blancos, Platas, and because to me they're just really, really clean. When I'm drinking anything aged, typically it's bourbon, it's a whiskey. So, but I say that because we lead into our añejo. So we've talked about the process with the plata. So naturally, the same process with the añejo, with an addition of the platas being aged for 18 months
Yes.
in American white oak. So what you get, if you look at this bottle, I don't know if you can see it, but that's a deep, deep brown color.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
it is. It
Yes, it
is.
is.
Yeah, and my thought process when I first seen it was, this is just going to be too oaky. I'm not going to get those sweet notes. I'm not going to get those agave flavors at all.
Right.
But you actually do.
You do.
You poured
You really
yours?
do. Yes, I
Yeah.
have it. I have it.
Yeah.
Let's see. There might be. I don't know. How
See,
you all
did you
doing
get
on the añejo?
Yes, I got mine. So there's first.
Okay, they're still on the first.
Okay.
Graham, did you have your?
You didn't get the second, the añejo?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. I'll pour grams, and then let's see. Anyone who needs añejo, I can pour that up for you. Indeed, indeed. Ready for some añejo? Beautiful añejo. I love the integration of. Okay. Indeed, indeed. Right? Exactly. Why? That's right. Don't let it. For sure. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do a little blend. This is a little. That's a reposado now. A little blanco with some añejo.
Yeah, now, yeah, it's a reposado.
Now it's a reposado. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Absolutely. Well, folks, this añejo, we're talking about probably what, about 12 months?
18.
18 months, you said?
Yep.
Wow. Yes, 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 indeed.
Yep.
Beautiful stuff. Oh, you need new? Okay. Beautiful. How many? 2? Okay. Fantastic. Folks, it's a live tasting right here at Chats. Shout out to everybody who is online. Let me see something here. Who is this? Hello? Hello? Hey, yes, indeed. Yes.
So
Did you taste yours, Mike?
yes.
Okay.
So give me a little bit of what I'm tasting here.
So, up front first,
Yep.
I got I don't know if you did, but I got spice. I
Yeah.
got cinnamon spice, which is really nice. I definitely got that.
Yeah.
You still get that sweetness from the agave. With the oak, one of the other gentlemen was talking about the earthiness, the greenness. That's kind of toned down with the añejo. Yeah, it's definitely bourbon-esque.
Yeah.
Whiskey forward. So
How long has this been aged?
so this is 18.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And
The main thing
charred
is,
new American oak.
you would think that, again, looking at the color,
Yeah.
you wouldn't get some of those sweet caramel notes, but you get that.
Yeah.
The agave flavors still come out.
Of course. And I think too, it also has probably something to do with where this is being aged. You know, in the intense hot climate of
Yes.
Mexico.
Of Mexico.
Like, yeah,
Yes.
of course, it's going to have a little bit more, even at 18 months, have a lot more attraction than, you know, something that would maybe be somewhere in the States.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And again, we did have the question earlier. Someone asked, where is the distillery located?
Yeah.
And it would be considered the Highlands, but the lower Highlands.
Yeah. Let's ask around with the people that are here, get a little bit. So anyone have any thoughts they want to share about this tequila? Like, no pressure whatsoever, but anyone, like, even a thumbs up of like, yeah, I like it, it's good.
Yeah. He's yeah.
OG.
Yep. How you doing?
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier too. Like, I think a lot of times with Blanco tequila is like we have this like trauma of hopefully college, you know, shooting tequila shots. But this one is really unique on its own. It has a lot of really nice complexity to it.
Yeah.
Even, you know, neat.
Any other thoughts on the añejo?
Second one, it was good.
Okay.
It had more variety. You know,
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas the first one was so
The Plata, yeah, the Plata, yeah. I love the Plata. I really do. I really do.
Both of them are same proof?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, of course.
You ready? Okay.
Yeah, you become a little bit.
Okay.
But make sure you're in the shot.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on him.
He's there. He's there. He's there. Okay, so we are going to move into two other products, but still the same distillery. Thank you.
Who else wants round two of Añejo? Yeah. You know, I'm like right in the middle of the shot. Anyone else?
You get like that bourbon-esque. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. It's really whiskey, but you still get. What's interesting though, again, with that long of an aging, the agave flavors, that sweet agave flavor, you still get that in the mid palate. But yeah, you definitely get some of those vanilla nutty notes, caramel. We were talking about like up front, where sometimes, well, a lot of bourbons, especially if they've got some rye content, you get some spiciness up front, and you got that with that añejo, which is nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now talking about spice, that's almost the perfect segue to what we're moving into right now.
Without a doubt, Mike. So again, I said before that we're not talking about a different distillery. We're talking about a different product. Okay, so same distillery. So for Hotaling, we are importers of Severo. We technically are importers of Fiero, but Severo makes Fiero for us. So this is our product. It's a product that we own. And the Fiero's made same Blue Weber agave. They make the tequila first, and then they buy the peppers from the local farmers market, crush those peppers. It's about a 30-day maceration process or infusion to get the right flavor, heat with the peppers, and then they charcoal filter it out and then bottle. Okay, so very very nice. The Serrano, and if you don't know, like levels in a heat Scoville scale, Serrano peppers are about 24,000. 24, 25,000 on the heat Scoville scale. So not one of the hottest peppers, but it's hot. The Habanero is between 100,000 and 300,000 on the heat Scoville
Quite a
scale.
big difference.
It's one of the hottest peppers.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Jalapenos, like probably if you take 3 jalapenos, that might get as close to 1 habanero.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's close to like 500,000 Scoville.
did you pour yours?
No, I have not yet.
I will pour you because I know you're going to pour everybody else.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so we have Serrano infused tequila. Anyone else want? Is this the pour, or are they done? They're done. They left. Okay. This one I might go a little light on for people because I think it's oh, I will. This one is interesting with the infusion.
So everyone, there will, after we finish these next two, there will be a question.
A question.
There will be a question.
A pop quiz.
Not you. You won't be tested. It's not tested. You know, you won't be tested on it, but there will be a question. Because as I present the Fiero tequilas, which mean fire, okay, as I present these Fiero tequilas to
I can smell
a lot of restaurants,
it smells like
I get mixed reviews in terms of really which one tastes the hottest.
this is the Serrano infused.
It
This
is.
is
It is. So I've had people tell me no, the Serrano is hotter than the Habanero.
But it's totally different.
Spicy.
Same brand.
Exactly.
Same brand, same distillery.
And
just
I
different
have
label, or
I have a
different name, but it's made by the same
as well.
distillery.
As well. So taste it. Yeah.
I can go light.
We initially was going to
Don't
do
have these go. Yep.
a cocktail with the Fiero, and we were going to make a cantarita, which is 2 parts the tequila, half ounce lime juice, half ounce orange juice, half ounce grapefruit juice, and then shake that or stir it, and then finish it or top it with a squirt. So a sparkling grapefruit soda. Very refreshing, very nice.
All right, let's see. I've always been iffy in the past about like infused tequila.
Infused.
Yeah, just because I think sometimes they can lean a little too heavy on the spice, and it's like it's great in a cocktail, but for me, I like it neat and to sip on. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. Well, so for me,
Oh wow.
I'm not totally into infusions.
Yeah.
At all, but if you're gonna do it, I want it to be natural.
Yeah.
I want it to taste like what you say it's infused with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with this Serrano and the Habanero, but we're tasting the Serrano now, you get those pepper notes,
Yeah.
kind of black pepper. You get, there's spice there. You get that.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it's true to taste. It's true to description. And it doesn't taste artificial.
Not at all. And this is something that for those that are riding the new trend of a spicy margarita,
Yes.
this is your bottle for that.
Yes.
If you're trying to pick something up for Memorial Day weekend to make a spicy marg, this is that bottle.
This is it. This is it.
It's not artificial. It's got a really nice balance of heat to where it doesn't immediately come at you and you're like, oh, I need water. It's so hot. But it coats your tongue and the palate in a very balanced way. Which
yes, it does. And again, it tastes like a Serrano pepper.
Yes.
Yep.
This is the Serrano.
That's the
we
Serrano.
haven't gotten to the Habanero.
We haven't gotten to the Habanero. The Habanero next.
Yeah. So this would be the Habanero will probably be quite big of a kick.
Yes.
Difference.
Yes. Yeah. But we talked about spicy margaritas being very popular now. I mean, you'd be remiss to go in any restaurant that doesn't have a spicy margarita. But we talked about the cantarita, which we were going to do today.
That would have
which has a lot of juices: the lime juice, the orange juice, the grapefruit juice, the tequila, as well as then you top it off with a sparkling grapefruit soda. Something as simple as squirt.
Yep.
Okay.
So I dropped it home. I have a sake that I buy.
Okay.
And I dropped pepper in it.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Stop all that labor when you have something that you can
for
just
real.
buy. Exactly. And enjoy.
I think this would be good too, like a ranch water, like for someone that just wants to keep it simple.
Yep.
Slice of lime, some nice Topo Chico, a nice mineral seltzer. And even if you want to go, I mean,
Paloma.
Yeah,
Paloma.
I was gonna say a spicy Paloma.
Yep.
Like,
wait,
this might be the tequila of the summer right here.
Mike, when Bernie and I was deciding on what cocktail, what did I give you? Margarita, cantarita, Paloma.
Yeah.
I think you need to give a scoop of lime sorbet.
Ooh, okay.
Wow. There you go. Limes. That's simple.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I like that. A lot of great ideas for summer. But this is it. Like I know Cinco de Mayo's past, but like I know once the weather is warm, people are gonna be looking for those like kind of, spirit forward cocktails, especially with tequila.
Right. Definitely.
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 They have the Pisco sour. Substitute this instead of the Pisco.
Okay.
You can do that. You can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Yep, you can do that easily. Yep, yep. So,
Ready for the habanero?
habanero.
I'll let you pour that, Bernie. That's going to be some.
I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna have to also grab a couple more glasses. So eventually, I may hand it your way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just make sure everybody has. Yeah.
I would maybe go light with the habanero because it's going to be quite a big difference on the spice level.
Oh, we are live. We are live. Indeed.
You're good.
So while we're pouring around on the habanero, why don't we tell the people that are listening or the people at home kind of what we're tasting here?
Okay, so the next iteration of Fiero is the habanero, and I think we said it earlier. We were talking about it in terms of like the heat level on the heat Scoville scale, where habanero is one of the hottest peppers. On that heat Scoville scale, you're looking at 100,000 to 300,000 heat level. So it hits you.
Yeah. I want to watch some of the reaction. I wish we could get another camera to watch kind of people start sipping on this to see as it first hits them.
Right.
Right. So yeah, we know.
Okay.
Maybe I ought to like just put an arm in there. I'm gonna put an arm in
And I don't know about you, Mike, but I love heat.
Yeah.
I the hotter the better. I love heat.
I'm the same way.
The Serrano's fantastic.
Yeah.
I really like that tequila, but I'll say this: my favorite is the habanero.
Get some of yours yet? Yeah, so
I'm good. Yep. No. I still got I have the habanero.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
On the nose,
Well, he's there.
you know what's interesting is on the nose, I get a lot less pepper than the Serrano.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
And it almost feels deceiving how little the pepper note is on the aroma.
Did you hear what I said I was going to ask after everyone tasted both?
I don't think so. I was too
So you were
too focused in server mode.
Yeah.
So what was the question you were gonna?
I didn't tell you.
Okay.
Well, we did talk about it. I'm sorry. Which one do they feel is the hottest? So we'll ask that question.
Yeah.
But you made a very good point, which is why some of the people that I've tasted on the Fiero, Serrano, and the Habanero felt like the Serrano was hotter.
Yeah,
was
I absolutely would say so.
Exactly. Again, especially what did we say? We said Serrano's 24,000 on the heat Scoville scale, where Habanero is 100 to 300,000.
Yeah.
So what's the hottest?
Ghost pepper. Or
No. But between those two.
Oh yeah, the Serrano. Yeah.
No, the Habanero.
Oh yes.
But
on the palate. Yeah.
Taste wise, and here's what I think. When you taste the habanero, the Serrano habanero, the heat hits you. And then what happens is those sweet flavors of the agave finishes and just sweetens it and smooths it out. You get hit with heat and then mellowed out because of the agave. Where the Serrano, the pepper flavor stays with you from beginning to end.
Yeah.
So that's my analogy.
Yeah, I was sitting here and I was just like, all right, maybe we should pour a little bit less, thinking about how hot the Serrano was on the palate. But really, with this habanero, there's so much complexity and some really subtle sweetness to it that balances it out really well.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. That heat and sweetness, it tones it down.
And I think too, if you enjoy the flavor of these peppers, like we were talking about earlier, we both like spicy food, and sometimes it's like, I'll do it Thai spice, because I want that straight heat. Right. But also, there's a lot of great flavor and complexity from these peppers, from the fruit, that it really shines with the habanero.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I think it's great that they're not Casa Don Roberto.
Yep.
It's not mass buying these peppers. They're actually supporting the community, buying from these farmers markets and getting the peppers from there.
No, it's incredible. It's an incredible story, and I think too, like especially in the tequila market, where you probably see this being a distributor, it's starting to become a big trend where people more and more are getting into tequilas. I know a lot of my friends that are into bourbon. Yeah, I know a lot of my friends that are getting into bourbon all of a sudden are sneaking into the tequila scene.
Yes.
It's great that from the jump they are here to support their local community and distill, in a very authentic, natural way.
Yes. Yes. And you hear about how people are gravitating to tequila now, moving into that segment. Yeah. But there's also some health reasons too, because less sugar, no calories.
Yep. And I think everyone's looking for additive-free tequilas, which I think Severo is highlighting extremely well, being 100% agave with no additives. So what are we? Is this?
That's the order.
The order.
That's the order.
Unbelievable, folks that are watching on the Facebook Live, on YouTube. The context here is that for the last 4 hours we have been waiting for product for this tasting. The fine folks here at Chaps have been waiting to buy some of this tequila. Just arrived 7 o'clock on the dot. It's here. So if you're watching at home, you want to get a great bottle of tequila for the holiday weekend. The weather is going to be fantastic. Warm yourself up, maybe on a little bit of like a low 70s, high 60s degree day with some Fiero or Severo here.
Good day, good day to buy any of these.
Bernie, is
there, by the way, that's Steve down here helping.
Bernie, is there a special today on the Severo and Fiero bottles?
Yeah. So we are talking about buy any Añejo or Plata Severo and get a bottle of Fiero.
Okay.
Wow.
So you get a bottle of Añejo, either Plata or Añejo Severo, and you get a bottle of the Fiero tequila free.
Hasn't brought it in yet.
Okay. So one of these, I get one of these.
Yep.
There you go. And if I buy another one of these, I get another one. There you go. I want 2 of these. How many?
So I want to ask around. So Tony and I have been talking about how. Actually, I don't want to steal your thunder, Tony. Do you want to ask the question? Yes, you asked it to me. I've heard. I don't think anyone else has been paying attention.
Okay.
Do you want to ask the question?
With the Fieros, which one did you think was hotter?
Habanero.
Really?
Okay, Habanero. With the Fiero, which one did you think was hotter?
The first of the pepper tequila or the second of the pepper tequila?
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I like that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. That smelled hot. It didn't smell hot.
Yeah.
That didn't feel hot when I first tasted it, but then the heat.
Right. Right. And I feel the same way. I agree with you, but it's just interesting to me that throughout my travels, tasting people in these products, that I found people thinking that the Serrano was spicier, hotter. Because me and Mike talked about it, where that Serrano pepper hits you from beginning to end and stays with you. And the way the Habanero is, and I agree with you, where you still have that heat at the end, but it's not as hot as when it hits you in the beginning. And they're not in the heat. They're not spicy people. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yes.
Right. So if you're brave enough to wait it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think both of these bottles have like some really unique cocktail inspiration behind them. Like I think the Serrano really fits well with you know, the palomas, the spicy margaritas. But honestly, the habanero I think would be really great, like as a ranch water, just something simple, just a little bit
Spicy
of complexity.
shot. Something
Something
just
connect,
top the line,
a
quick.
chilled shot of
Yeah.
that would be fantastic. Even like a frozen margarita with the habanero, I think would
They want to.
add some complexity.
Yeah.
To it.
Yeah. 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 Yep. And the lime and orange and stuff is right in there. And that black. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay.
They didn't bring me that.
Okay. It was on the order.
Yeah, Bernie just said they didn't have any.
Yeah. So Bernie, I'm just. What is the special that you're running again?
The special that I have.
Buy one of these, get one of these free.
Get one of those free. Like literally.
Where else are you gonna find that? You ain't gonna find that anywhere on Capitol Hill, let alone Washington D.C.
You won't find
No one else is
Nowhere.
giving deals like that.
Nowhere.
No.
Well, for me, I manage 3 states, and you won't find it.
Hopefully, we're gonna lean into that. Unfortunately,
They didn't have it. Short on truck. Or they didn't. Short on truck.
It was on the inboard.
Yeah. I was gonna say something else.
Yes, indeed. Well, I tell you, anyone who wants to get into the private spirit trade, you must realize that sometimes you wait for products, you think products are going to show up, and they don't show up, or they show up super late. And then when they show up super late, sometimes they still don't show up. What? Makes sense of that.
It's not always rainbows and butterflies
Exactly.
in the distribution
So
system.
what's the quick version? We expect the unexpected.
And always expect the unexpected.
Yes.
Yep.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. There you go. Absolutely. But it's been a phenomenal time. I guess this is a great time to end the live. So, Tony, thank you, bro.
Yeah,
you are welcome.
Thanks for everything. And, for your insight.
Yes.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Moving on from Whiskey Wednesday to Tequila Friday.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for joining tonight. And as a reminder, come out to chats. See you soon.